Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I apologize for not getting really any videos out in the last couple weeks. I had a pretty busy holiday season, and then when the new year started, it's been pretty hectic, and I have a lot of goals and things that I want to do, and I don't know, it's just been kind of a struggle trying to figure out everything and kind of just confused and feel a little sad and lost about what I want to do. I also have tons of planner videos, planner setups for 2024 that I need to edit, and they're all filmed. I just need to edit them and post them, but instead of doing any of that, I'm just gonna take this time to swatch some inks, because ink swatching is always very soothing and therapeutic for me, so that's what we're going to do today. I wanted to pick a theme around winter, so I decided to pick out some inks from my collection that I think would fit perfectly for winter. The first one here is Diamine Arctic Blast. This one's kind of a given because like Arctic and some parts of the US right now are going through a pretty big winter storm. We didn't really get impacted. We got maybe like 3 inches over the weekend, which I'm pretty grateful for because I don't really like snow. I mean, it looks cool, but at a certain point it just kind of gets, it looks cool for like an hour and then it gets inconvenient. But this one is from Diamine Inkvent 2022, and it is a Chameleon and Sheen ink. I was gonna do Diamine Jack Frost, but I think the sample that I got didn't have enough shimmer in it. So I don't know. We're just gonna do a swatch and then a little bit of writing. This nib I'm using is a calligraphy nib. I was gifted a set of calligraphy nibs and inks a few years back, and this is what I've been using it for now. I was using a 4mm, I think it's millimeter. There's a numbering on the nib. Like, let me pull it out for you guys and show you. Yeah, it says 2mm. Don't know if you can see it. There we go. I was using a 4mm one, but it makes it really hard for writing on such a small page. But I probably won't use it for this one either. I've just been swatching an ink every day for my own personal enjoyment since the new year started. I will show you guys. It's actually in this ink journal, and I have the video for that set up, so you guys will see that in the future. It's all out of order. Oh well. I'm just gonna clean the ink off of this one. Oh, I think in the paper towel it has like green shimmer. I did not know that. I don't remember that. I've made my nib holder so ugly. Oh well. We'll put that to the side to dry. Alright, so I think we need to shake it up again. I feel like doing ink swatches always ends up taking more effort than I realize because you have to clean between every ink, but it's still pretty nice. This one is Diamine Arctic Blast. I did find that I'm not a huge fan of the new Hobonichi paper, but I can tolerate it in like a smaller notebook. In my bigger A5 one, I've been having issues, but I don't want to make any definite opinions until maybe like a month in. I don't know what I'm doing here. And it still bleeds through, like the ghosting is less, but I was swatching my DIY Inkvent in here and had an issue where it bled to both sides. I'll just show you. So firstly, I completely swatched on the wrong page. I somehow have been doing this in my other planners too, but I swatched in December 2024 instead of December 2023 for 2 of the days, and I was really disappointed because my Monteverde ink bled through and like into January 2025, and then the Private Reserve ink bled through in November. So then I was like, I don't know if it's the ink or if it's actually like my hand pressure. So I took care to like meticulously not use any pressure and pretty much turned out fine, except for the atramentus. And where it like burped on the page, but I don't know, like I don't like it. I guess the old Hobonichi paper, it did a lot of ghosting. It never actually bled through, at least I don't recall. I don't know, am I hating the paper too hard? I have issues with it because it actually has increased the texture. Like everything's fine. I like that it's the ink qualities, they look the same. It dries a little bit faster. There's less ghosting. Some bleed through. I probably just didn't notice it because I was so excited with my old Hobonichi paper. The only quality that I hate the most is the texture. And I thought it wouldn't bother me because I tried the samples that they included with the Hobonichi last year. But I think like if I write in small increments, it's fine. But when I'm journaling on a huge page, it's not fine. Like a couple sentences in, I start feeling hand cramps. And the main reason, and I got into fountain pens, one of the main reasons is because I get carpal tunnel really easily, and I don't want to have like a negative experience every time I'm opening my notebook to journal. But I think I'll talk about that. Well, I'm talking about it now, so I was planning on talking about it when I show you guys my Hobonichi cousin, but here we are. The rant has just come out. Let me know what you guys think. I hope your experience is better than mine. I know a lot of people actually enjoy the new paper, so I'm happy for you. That sounded rude. I'm happy for you and sad for me. Okay, moving on. This one is called Diamine Ghost. Also from the Diamine Ink Pen 2022. After getting the ink pen from Diamine in 2022, I kind of told myself that I needed to stop buying new inks because if you buy that calendar, you pretty much get the whole rainbow of colors that you would ever really need. Maybe not, I mean, but you only get one brand, so... but I like told myself that I wouldn't need to buy any more inks once I got like the whole rainbow. I'm still buying inks, but I have to be more particular about which ones I want to add to my collection because it is growing rapidly and I'm not going to use this much ink. I'm not going to be able to use all of it up even though I want to. And I like doing ink swaps too, so if anybody ever wants to swap inks, I'm down for that. I haven't used Diamine Ghost in any of my pens yet. It is a light gray ink. It looks like it's been diluted with water here, but that's interesting. We didn't talk about Diamine Arctic Blast. It is a chameleon ink. It, like you saw on a paper towel, the ink, it has a green shimmer, but it looks blue from certain angles, and then if you go at this angle, it looks green. So that's the property of the chameleon ink. I don't know if it comes out on the camera. The next two inks you might have seen in my video where I did an ink swap with Melissa. She gave me these two beautiful inks and I feel like they're perfect for January because it's just the nicest shade of blue and it reminds me of just the cold, crisp weather outside. It's raining where I am, so I think Diamine Ghost is pretty applicable today. This is a Ferris wheel press ink. I feel like with their inks, it's a gamble. Like, some of them are really, really, really good, and then some of them are really, really pastel and light, and you can't really read them. But this is one of the ones that's on the good end. It's definitely legible, which I need, and flows pretty good. I haven't been able to ink up a pen with this one yet, but I think I should soon. I recently ventured into putting shimmer ink into my more expensive gold nib pens, and I was having a good time with the Pilot Custom 742, the FA nib, but I did not have a good time with the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Medium Fine, so I don't know. the Riveting Pond. Oops. Ferris Wheel Press, the Riveting Pond. Here we go. I do have a feeling this one will be lighter in a pen. It has a green shimmer, a very light shimmer. The shimmer particles are they seem smaller. I don't know if they change sizes or not between the brands. But this one seems more delicate. It kind of reminds me of like Cinderella's glass slipper, kind of. This one is Wearingeul Alice, and I actually had this one inked up in my Benu talisman. The ink has now crept down my nib holder. I think it's under the seal, so it's just like infiltrated the wood. There's so much shimmer in this one. I love Wearingeul inks. When they came out as a brand, I just had a feeling that they would be really popular. I did have this one in my Benu talisman, and it was amazing. I used it in December and wrote it dry by the new year. This one is a light blue that's darker than the Ferris wheel, but it is a light blue with delicate gold shimmer. When I think of the movie Frozen, I think of this ink. Or this ink makes me think of the movie Frozen. Wearingeul Alice. And Frozen was a good movie when it first came out. I mean, the overhype of it made it kind of a headache. But I recently rewatched it, and it's still a beautiful movie with a good message. So Wearingeul Alice is a very, very good ink. I don't know if I'm talking too low for this mic, so hopefully not. The last ink in this, oh my goodness, I think I tighten all of my bottles way too much, but I have this rubber thing that I got for free at a career fair once from the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. I got it, and it helps a lot with untightening my lids. This is an ink from Colorverse, and it is called Tar Heel. It's from the USA collection that they did, where they did like ink for each state, I think. I don't know if they did every state, but this one's for North Carolina. It is a very dry ink. Like, as you can see, I had to reapply it a few times. It is one of my first ink bottles that I purchased. I purchased like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 ink bottles from Atlas Stationery when I was just getting into fountain pens, and I realized that I didn't need to just use black and blue. Well, this is blue, but Tar Heel. And I didn't know anything about ink brands, but I feel like Colorverse inks tend to run dry, or at least like their lighter ones, or just in general. Do lighter inks run dry, or is it just that I'm trying to put more pressure on the page so that I can create a legible line? There might be something about the ink property, I'm not sure. Colorverse Tar Heel. It's a beautiful color. I just need to find a wet writer for it. I know I had it my Kaweco double broad before, and it was good, but I can only tolerate it for so long. They have the most beautiful ink bottles though, like a little teardrop. So if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much, because usually when I do these ink swatches, I try to make it more relaxing and I do a voiceover and it's more clean and polished, but I just needed this moment to take time for myself and do something that's not like, feels like I have to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Here are my 5 inks for winter for 2024. Winter inks for 2024. Yay! Hope you're having a beautiful start to the new year. If you are kind of having a chaotic one like me, trying to figure out your best goals and priorities for the year and catching up from the holidays or planning for the next holiday. Lunar New Year is coming up. So if you're anything like me, I wish you the best of luck. If you're having a good start to the new year, I hope it continues, and I will hopefully talk to you all soon in the next video. Bye!